Alright, have a 5HP19. Paperwork says not shifting and fluids is burnt. 13 millimeters on the tail housing. Now the way you get your flange out is you unstake it here and you take your nut off. I wait until I rebuild it to do that. As long as I roll this around, it's not making any noise and feels okay, I don't take it apart right now. There's a shim back here. Got our little hold-in piece for a connector. Take that off, shove that in. 10 millimeters on the neutral switch. $27 on the pump. $27 on the pan also. All right, 40 torques on the filter. Torques on the output speed sensor and on the bolts that hold down the valve body. I think that's it. Where did I have one right there? Alright, we got our input speed sensor is coming down, wrapping around the valve body. We don't want to rip that out. 27 torques on that. Make sure we're looking okay. We got these pipes that go into the pump. This one here has a pressure regulator that's on it. Just push it in, twist it, it'll come out. That'll allow your pipe to come out. They come out really hard most time. I wouldn't say most time, but a lot of the time you're going to break it trying to get it out. So plan on having to buy one. And then the valve is still up in the pump. Don't forget and let it fall out on you. I usually just leave it in there. Yeah, I heard it crack, so. We shall be getting one of those. Here's some torque on the center support. Now I just get a pry bar and get in here and I pop my pump out. Set our drums to the side. I may not even take them apart right now. I don't know. Usually I don't until I get it sold and go to build it. We got a bearing and a shim. Yeah, we are burnt. I think we can salvage the steels though. Alright, I gotta put this in a foot press and get this apart to get the pump out. I'll do that in a little bit. Bearing here, our sun shell. Make sure everything looks good here, not pitted. Bushing's not wonked out. Usually these are in really good shape. I hardly ever see one that's got any problems. Our hub, make sure the teeth haven't eat into it. The bushings are okay. Got 3-piece bearing here, make sure it's not pitted or anything like that. Another hub with another 3-piece bearing. Same deal on it. We'll take this drum apart in a little bit. Plant it with a bearing and a washer here. Like I said, most of these are always in good shape. Another shim back here. Another shim on the front. Alright, so in the back here, we need to shove this forward and push all of our center support and everything out. Another bearing and a race. Make sure our sprags operating. Go ahead and take the clutches out. Take the center support out and apart in a minute. Another drum here. Alright, got another race bearing and a race on top of that. Same on the back side. I usually just leave this together. It all feels good. It's usually in good shape. I usually just wash it like that. When we build it, we'll take it apart and show you how it goes together. Alright, I'm going to take a short break here. I'm going to take all the retainers out. There's a couple of these are really hard. It's going to take me a little bit of time. And I'll be back when I get it all apart. Alright, this is the drum that's really hard. And I think I finally found something that worked pretty decent. It's the bearing that goes on a 6L80 3.5 reverse drum. I just split it in half. This is the best thing I found yet to get around there and get this half moon clips out of there. And it went fairly quick. So here's the two half moons. Here's our drum. And our piston and our bevel plate. For these drums right here, this drum is, when it's in there, it's got this snap ring on the front. You're going to need a pair of pliers like so to get that out. And on the inside is another one. And these drums are fairly bad about splitting. Here we go. Let's check those. Here's our piston, our bevel plate, and our other piston. Didn't take this drum apart. Let's see if I can get it apart real quick. Not too terribly bad. Our half moon clips, bevel plate, our drum, our piston. On this drum here, you're going to need to put something up inside of here to hold this while you press down on it. I just use a socket. Here's our snap ring, a washer, bevel plate, and some of these center supports are fairly bad about cracking also. Here's our piston and a bevel plate, another piston on the other side. Blow it out. Center support. Half moon washers for this one. Bevel plate. supply plate. And our piston. Actually, I guess I should have put this a bevel plate and a fly plate on this one. Here's our sprag and our hub. Our 2 half-moon clips, our bevel plate, and our piston. This ring, 27 torques on the bolts. Sure I didn't miss one. Alright, our stator, line-up pin, our pump plate, make sure it's not all chewed up. I always mark my gears. This one has 2 dots on the inner gear that face up, 1 dot on the outer gear that faces up. Make sure your surface is nice shape. And our pump looks nice. Alright, let me go write this one up and I'll be back. Alright, pretty common on these. The PR valves wear out real bad on them, so we're going to get the Transgo PR valve, and the pump pipe, pump bushing, filter, LS kit, which is a kit with clutches, torque converter, and my code is C51. And once we get this thing sold, we'll be back and build it.